You ever have one of those creative ideas that you're really excited about, but it's not yet fully formed? And the more you try to think of it, the more it just starts to slip away? Or what about those times when you've got this word on the tip of your tongue? You can picture it, you feel it, you know exactly what you're trying to say, but the harder you try to think of this word, the more it just like dodges you. Well, if you know what I'm talking about, then great, because lately I've been feeling like this a little bit creatively. And so today, you and I are going to build a little something that I'm hoping can help with that extra spark when we need it. And it's going to start with acrylic. I had this idea that it would be neat to have something that would be nearby, that I could always have on my desk to look at if I need little creative inspiration. I am thinking of making this like clear glass box that would have just a single match in it. And it'll have a little sign on the front that says like break in creative emergency. What you guys are looking at right now is the floor of my workshop, because it's also my office, it's also my filming studio, and it's also Gershwin's office when he wants it to be like right now. So I'm gonna bring in this temporary workbench setup, hook it up, and you'll see what I use to do work in here. So this thing's actually pretty sturdy. Once it's been set up, it's pretty rigid. It can hold a decent amount of weight. This should be exactly 1 inch there. So then an inch wide here. I'm going to be honest, it did not turn out great. Unfortunately, I had trouble sawing in a perfectly straight line, and as you can see, there are areas where it's not totally the same width throughout, and areas were kind of snapped off. So what I'm going to try to do is use the pencil and these calipers to measure the exact length that it should be, and then I think just sand it down and try to get it out. You might be wondering what a video like this is doing on a channel about surgery and innovation and history and medicine. Let me explain. If you are a creative person and you don't get to do stuff that lets you tap into that creative part of who you are, as time goes by, you start to become like a plant without water. And there was a time in my surgical residency when I was eating, sleeping, breathing, dreaming surgery. That's all that I was. And I really started to feel like a shell of myself. This channel was my hub to reconnect with those creative parts of who I am. And my hope is that some of you watching can relate to that. And this can be a creative space for you too. That's why I'm making this video. So I've cut the acrylic to size, I have sanded the edges, and then the next step is going to be gluing it together. I have this stuff that I read about online called Weld On. It's an acrylic glue, but I think it works by kind of like melting the acrylic at the same time that it's gluing it. So it literally welds it together. Apparently it makes a really, really strong bond. So I'm gonna try taping it together, and then I think I'm gonna use these things to kind of hold the right angle and see if that is enough to kind of hold it in shape while it's gluing. Fingers crossed. And there you have it, a box that I can break open the next time I need a spark of creativity. I'll be honest, this is probably one of the crappiest things I've ever made, but that's okay, because sometimes it's about the process. Uh-oh, we got the noisy toy right now. You want to check it out?